Welcome back to the show, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Identifying Snakes on Facebook. I will scroll through several different groups on Facebook where people post photos for ID. I will break down how I'm identifying the snake and the features that I'm using with all my years of experience, and hopefully, you will pick up on some of those pointers and start improving your snake ID skills. In the Arizona Snake Identification and Questions group, Patricia posted this. Just saw this guy on our street. Right off the bat, we know it's a rattlesnake, right? With the clearly visible rattle on the end of the tail. Now, that tail is ringed in black and white, sometimes known as the raccoon tail. And then on the rest of the snake, we see it's kind of a pale tan with some darker diamond-shaped markings going down the back. The lighting is washing out the head there, but we can kind of make out that stripe, that light stripe that goes from under the eye and curves down to the mouth, to the jaw. And with the angle of that stripe and the rest of the markings, and then the ringed tail, all of these features indicate a Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Now, Western Diamondbacks are one of the larger rattlesnake species, therefore they produce a large quantity of venom, making these snakes extremely dangerous. I should say the bite from one of these big Western Diamondback rattlesnakes is extremely dangerous. So needless to say, give these snakes some respect, give these snakes some distance. Do not approach or try to handle these big Western Diamondback rattlesnakes. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. John posted, "My wife had a shock this morning when she found this guy under the plastic planter by our door. So I think he's a moccasin by the hooded eyes and how quickly the tail tapers." So we can take a closer look at this snake. The eyes are not hooded. The eyes are clearly visible with no large overhanging scale. The lighting on this photo, maybe that confused the person who was seeing this snake. And it kind of looks like maybe there's a small ridge over the eye there, but people who are fearful of venomous snakes, they will try to fit the description of these snakes to match what they really truly believe that it is. Fear does create this phenomena in people. It does have wide bands with light edging, or if you look at it the other way around, it's a dark snake with some irregular thin white stripes going down the body. The snake is sort of kind of defensively spread out to make its body look bigger than it is, to make the snake appear more threatening than it is. And the closer look at the side view of that head, it kind of has a white area on its face extending down the throat, and then a thin, darker face stripe that goes from behind the eye down, curves down to the angle of the jaw on an angle. Cottonmouths have a darker, very much wider, darker face stripe that goes through the eye and down the side of the head. These features combined indicate a harmless, broad-banded water snake, not a moccasin. In Arizona again, Kevin posted, "Saw this beautiful specimen Friday morning. He was making his music when I drove by and heard it." So clearly a rattlesnake again. Nice big rattle on this one. Kind of a pinkish background color. The darker brown bands that run down the length of the body of this snake, the numerous bands, and then those kind of white edge scales, you can see those white markings on the bands and on the body of the snake. So in this case, we're using the color and the banding, the numerous bands on this snake. And if you know your rattlesnakes, there's really only one choice in Arizona. All of these features in combination indicate a Southwestern speckled rattlesnake. And this species comes in a variety of different colors, including the pink form that we see here. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you improve your snake identification skills. This is all part of the snake identification project. 100% pro snake. As always, I'll see you next time.